Oh hi, Dave here coming to you from my kitchen enjoying a nice healthy glass of milk. But did you know that milk really is not a good healthy choice if you're trying to lose weight? This glass of milk has 200 calories and 26 grams of carbs. Imagine if I drank one of these glasses with every milk. That'd be 600 calories. That'd be a good chunk of calories just in the liquid I was drinking with my meals. The point being is there's a lot of things that people don't know. Now, I think for the most part we understand that eating pizza and hot dogs and junk food out of a box isn't healthy eating. But there's a lot of fine things that milk is healthy, but it really isn't the healthy alternative like water would be for weight loss and optimum health. So there's a lot of things that we don't understand or know about eating. But the biggest thing is when someone hires a personal trainer, they hire them, and this has happened to me time and time again, of course, it's normal. They want me to show them how to exercise, how to use the equipment in the gym, what program should I use, what's the best program for weight loss. And then they might ask for an eating plan. Give me an eating plan, I'll follow it. But they really don't want any type of training in regard to working on their eating habits and helping them to learn to love healthy eating. They'll pay me for months of training sessions to help them learn to love exercise. Learning to love exercise is easy. Learning to love healthy eating is 10 times as hard. But yet we really don't ever think about getting an eating coach. I've got a personal trainer. I've got an eating coach. Huh? Well, you're weird. But understand how important it is, because the habit of eating is much more deeply ingrained. It fulfills many more human needs that we're not getting elsewhere. So hiring someone to help you, or getting someone to help you with your eating habits, is essential. Now, the biggest barrier in working with anyone is our level of comfort, our fear of being rejected, our fear of disapproval. I found this time and time again working with people when they wouldn't share with me everything that was going on in their life as far as their eating habits because they felt guilty about what they were doing. But remember this, anything that occurred in your past is the past. And if you're feeling bad about what you did yesterday, or last week, or last month, or 10 years ago, that's guilt. And guilt is a useless emotion because it saps your energy to be able to make a new choice today. And that's all we have is today and tomorrow. Yesterday is gone. By feeling guilty about yesterday, again, it just takes the energy away from you to be able to feel good, which is required to make good choices. So that's the first thing, is establishing that new belief, that no matter what happened in the past is the past. Now here's another crazy belief people have. Healthy eating is normal. I don't eat healthy, so therefore I'm not normal. And we feel bad about not being normal. But the fact of the matter is eating healthy is rare, and eating crappy or bad is normal. So if you've got crazy eating habits, if you've got things that you're embarrassed to share with someone, that's actually normal. And you shouldn't feel bad about that. Because our brains are so attached to the pleasure of food and eating, that we get the comfort, the control, and the rewards, those emotional needs that we get from eating, very powerful effect compared to exercise. Exercise gives us some certain needs, but not nearly as many as what food and eating does. So understanding these things are essential. So the questions that you have to ask are these, and I've got worksheets on all three of these included with this lesson, are first of all, identifying the things that I know are holding me back. Now, to find those things, you have to be honest with yourself and look in the mirror. You need to see reality as it is, but not worse than it is. Let me repeat that. Write this down. You need to see reality as it is, but not worse than it is. And that's where we get to be afraid, is we're afraid of looking in the mirror and seeing reality because we're afraid it's going to be really, really bad. And again, we feel really guilty about the fact that we have this habit of eating M&Ms in the middle of the night, or whatever it is that you feel guilty about. So oftentimes, if I'm with a client and I'll say, okay, let's identify the things you know are holding you back. What are some of the things? Write down this list, bring it in next time you know are holding you back. Okay, they'll bring the list, we'll go through these certain things that they're doing. Okay, I'm drinking too much milk, or I'm doing this or that. But they won't include the 1 or 2 items that they're embarrassed to share. They're eating a huge bowl of ice cream every night before bed because they believe they can't sleep without it. And they wouldn't want to share that. They think, I'll work around this on my own. I'm not going to share that with Dave. I don't want him to lose his respect for me. And I'm just going to work around this on my own. You're not going to work on it on your own. I'm feeling more empowered now. I think, within a week or two, I'll be able to get that one on my own. It's not being honest with yourself. And I understand why. It's because we're so attached to feel guilty about past failures. We've been programmed with that as kids. You do something wrong, you should feel guilty. I'm going to punish you. You're going to get a time out. Mom and Dad don't love you anymore for this time period. Look at how mad I am at you. That's not love. So we get really programmed to feel really guilty about the things that we know are not right, that we did wrong. But again, back to the same beliefs that abnormal eating is normal. And that if you have these kind of goofy habits going on, believe me, we all have them. I have them from time to time that I have to work on and balance into my life and my healthy eating. So it's just understanding how to work with those. And you'll never be able to work with those until you identify them. Identify them. Okay, I'm doing this. What need is this giving me? Now, if you're so filled up with guilt, you're not going to be able to dive into understanding that. You'll just be so guilty that it'll just be this thing that you're just scared to even address. So it's very important that you get to that point of being able to see reality for what it is. Not worse than it is. It is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. You can get over this pretty easily if you do not approach it as a big, scary, horrible thing that you're ashamed of. That makes all the difference in the world. So working on those things. Now with a coach, I believe having an online coach can be even better than a face-to-face coach. Because as we know, communicating with someone through email or texting is so much easier to share kind of more honesty, isn't it? In fact, sometimes we get in trouble, we're so honest if we share in an email, than it is to say something face-to-face to someone, or to share something with someone face-to-face. So I think the benefit of finding a coach online, someone that's not right across the table from you, can actually be more beneficial. Now what are the other things? So we know we got to identify those things we know are holding us back. The junk food we're eating, the second helpings we're taking, the things we're doing before bed, stuff like that. We know those things. We get those things. Those are the first things that we need to tackle. Now the second thing we need to identify are the things that could be holding us back. Things we're not sure of. We could do our own research online, or if we have a coach, we could ask the coach, what do you think about this? Do you think I should be doing this, or do you think I should be doing that? I'm not sure. This is something I think could be holding me back. And then the last but not least are things you never knew were holding you back. I thought drinking milk with every meal was healthy. I grew up with that. My mom told me that. My cousin told me that. Hey, I'm a farmer. I live in Wisconsin. I thought cheese was healthy. I put cheese on everything, man. I put cheese on my meat. So, having someone, a coach in your life, obviously, if you think it's healthy, a coach comes on and goes, hey, did you know that how many calories in that milk and the carbs? Oh man, I didn't really realize that. It's not really healthy for weight loss. Sure, it's a healthy item in moderation, but it's not really healthy in the way you're using it. Water's a better liquid of choice. So having a coach do that for you is really essential as well. So I encourage you to visit newbodychoice.net, and if you can't find something there that you want, give us a call, and we'll set you up with someone, either a graduate of the program or one of the coaches, to help you identify the things you know are holding you back, the things that could be holding you back, and the things you never knew that were holding you back. And by working through these items one by one, slowly, not all at once and overwhelming yourself, and using the law of reinforcement to change each thing one step at a time, eventually, once you've gone through that whole list, you're now eating healthy, and you've now learned to love eating healthy. So I encourage you to go online, look for a coach, get yourself an eating coach. Even someone that's just with you periodically, whatever that you can do within your budget. Make sure you get someone else in your life that can help you, that has gone through this, that understands this, that can help you answer your questions and tackle that list for your success. This is Dave Erickson, Live by Choice.